Welcome to JS Testing Academy. Welcome to the next part of video in our Appium series, right? Connecting the Appium server, emulator, and the Appium inspector. Okay, so we are going to connect all these three things now in this video. Okay, so first we need a APK file. Okay, for Android, for apps, the extension is APK. So we need to download we need an APK file to automate and test, right? So how to get the APK file means there are some in Google, there are some GitHub links accounts where we can download the APK file for our testing purpose. Okay, so in Google, right, if I go and I have this link, right, I go and copy this and paste. You can search in Google, right? There are a lot of APK files available in the Google. Okay, so one common thing, you can search API demos debug APK. You can search in Google, and you can go to the GitHub path. Then you can download this APK and keep in your folder. Okay, so you click right view raw, and then it's going to download it. That you can keep it in your download it, extract it, and keep it in a folder. So we can link that in the Appium inspector, and we can link that in the Eclipse also. Okay, so this I kept in one folder. Okay, so APK I created one folder and kept it, this APK file. Okay, so APK is for Android. Okay, for iOS if you use for IPA file. Okay, now what we do is, right, we need to start the Appium server first. Okay, let me go to Appium, click it. I hope you saw the installation video which we posted in the last, right? So you go and click the start the Appium server. One minute please, it's taking time to load. Okay, just loading, 1 minute. So as I told you, right, APM, right, we need a good processor and a GB, otherwise it's going to make the machine a little bit slow. Make sure, right, you are putting a good processor, all right, and GB. Okay, let me start the APM server now. Okay, now the Appium server has been started. Okay, so it's starting and showing the IP address and the port number here. Okay, now let me go and go to the Android Studio as we did last time. I've already created added a setup one device here. Let me add a device if I need also. I'm just starting, right, the device which I already added, and click the play button. Hope you saw the previous video how to create one app, right, emulator a device, how to add an app. We saw in the last video. Go to the last video for a better understanding. Okay, now and right emulator has been opened now. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to download the Appium inspector now. For that we need to go to Google. I already have the Appium inspector, but let me show you, right, we should download it from the Google. Okay, so search for Appium inspector. Okay, you will find a GitHub account where you should download the latest release for the Windows 64-bit or 32-bit, whatever machine. If you are using Mac or Linux, right, what operating system and the bit size, you should download it. Okay, so you go and search in Google Appium inspector. Okay, to write the latest version, you download and keep it. I already have, and you need to install it. Okay, I've already installed in my machine the Appium inspector. Appium inspector is the word itself, right, inspecting, locating the elements in the app. Okay, so need to install Appium locator. I have already installed. Okay, now I'm going to check whether my Appium server is connected with the emulator or not. For that, I need to give one command in the command prompt, adb devices. Okay, if I give that, you can see which emulator device is attached to the Appium server. Okay, so we should give in the command prompt adb devices, so that you get the device name, the emulator device name which is attached to the Appium server. Okay, now let me open the Appium inspector. So you should make sure you are installing the Appium server, just normal installation process you should follow. Okay, now you should, under the capability builder, you should give the device name, what device you are connecting. Okay, for that we need to go to the emulator under settings tab. Okay, we need to go to the about emulator device. Okay, under the emulator device you should can see the device name. This device name you should copy it and paste there. Okay, or we can type it, whatever way you want to do it, you can do it. Okay, make sure you're adding the device name in the Appium inspector, so that you are connecting Appium inspector with the emulator. Okay, first what device name and the device platform. Okay, so form. Okay, now you should give the platform name. Okay, so what is Android? So which platform we are using? An Android, right, device, right? Now let me see if I give this, right, capability and the text value. If I give it, and default JSON, right, request is been created. Now normally in Postman, right, we create the JSON, right, body to the server and see the response. Now this being converted into a JSON, right, and through this JSON is going to hit the Appium server. From the Appium server, that particular emulator is going to get started, and the particular app is going to get installed in the emulator. That is what is happening here. So if I give a start session, it's going to hit the Appium server. Through the Appium server, that particular API demands APK is going to get installed in the emulator. For that, we should give the app name also, the APK path. The APK path which is downloaded and stored, right, and kept in a machine, that should be given, so that the APK is getting installed in your emulator. As I told you, emulator is a virtual device for an Android. Okay, now the APK file is installed. Now you can see, right, it has created a JSON file. Right, one attribute and value has been added in the JSON. Now let me start the session. 1 minute is getting an error. 1 minute, let me change the APK. So now you can see, right, the emulator has been, right, APM inspector has been opened now. Now it's going to install, right, the APK should be installed in the emulator. But I changed one thing. 1 minute, let me go refresh. Okay, now you can see, right, the emulator is being, right, replicated in the Appium inspector. Okay, so this is how we should connect Appium inspector and the Android Studio, and that is emulator and the Appium server. Okay, so next video we are going to see, right, how to write a code and launch an app in the emulator and run it. And in the future videos, we will see how to locate a particular element in the mobile app. Okay. So thanks for watching the video. We'll meet you soon in the next part of video. Have a nice day. Bye.